Hey everybody, it's been quite a while since I checked in. Um, we've actually played up through the 50s right now, but I just wanted to show you how things are kind of changing a little bit. This is the epic Battle of Schweinfurt. This is actually turn two of it, so I had all of these forces going, um, go and attack him the turn before, and he still has all of this. Um, so anyways, I just had massive victories on this turn. I think I shot down like 40 bombers, something crazy like that, yet he still had enough that got through. Right here, he was kind of just spacing his bombers out quite a bit, which I didn't find to be that effective of a tactic for defending them, but it was very effective for getting a few through. So maybe if you're making a long-range target, spreading them out works somewhat. I just want to show you, though, what a few turns can do, because let's take a look here. So here you have 28 198 fives, 20 198 eights. Let's take a look at my latest save. Down to 9 and 18. So really getting hammered. Um, right now, you could see here, he's totally just taking it out of me, honestly. He has these massed formations that are heavily defended, and I can't pierce them. I can't break through. He's been attacking the Ruhr, and I haven't been able to do much about it. In fact, the Ruhr is pretty much within his escort range now because he has some later models. So there's not a whole heck of a lot I'm going to be able to do about him destroying every single thing here. Um, Very limited defenses. Have two expert in here. When he won at Schweinfurt, I failed to get a third expert in, which was horrible. Um, but as you can see, I don't really have too much for defenses, and I suspect he'll probably shoot down a lot of these fighters that are up here right now. Um, if I don't have basically all my defenses are centered around here too. So the other problem is, if he makes an end run for somewhere else, um, if he had a big force coming this way over the north right now, I'd have nothing to do about it. I have 498 units. I know from looking, you can see this at the end of his turn. There's not much you can do to get rid of it, and I don't think there's really that much you can learn from it except how screwed you are. So he has over 500. So he's has well more units than I do. If you look over England, I don't know if we'll be able to see too much, but you can see he's pretty built up. Um, yeah, so this is definitely the turning point, and what I'm trying to do is race towards the 262 as fast as I can, and it really becomes a question of can I get to that 262 before he invades Normandy. His score is creeping up. Uh, you can see how many bombers I've shot down. I mean, this is a lot of points for aircraft kills. Um, you can look at the casualties through here, but I've lost a lot of fighters. Probably close to 100 of them. But I mean, I've shot down a ton of his fighters too. I've shot down an incredible amount of his bombers. Um, but let's actually see how many of them got home. I mean, if I killed 10 B-17Gs totally, so 1 in 3 is getting, or 2/3 of them are getting home, right? 113 B-17Fs wounded, only 64. So basically 1 in 2. So he's getting all those home. That means that everything's turning into veterans if he's taking his time. Uh, it's just been very difficult. Even my anti-aircraft guns don't always, or rockets, they don't always work so well. So the Ruhr is about to be just turned into nothing. He utterly obliterated Hamburg with Operation Gomorrah. This is now a size 4 city. It used to be one of the biggest ones I had. Everything in it has just been destroyed. It used to be a super productive city. He's even managed to hit Berlin. Um, at night, I have almost nothing. I mean, just look at all the fires he started everywhere. I have almost nothing that can fight him at night. I am absolutely at my wit's end. Um, and yeah, I've got 4 at maximum, I have, like 10 or 11 night fighters versus everything the RAF has. And I really don't have the aircraft to spare from day operations. So the problem is now, what he can basically do is he could take just two armies, right? And he could just probably sail over here and just totally encapsulate them with his own fighters so that my armies couldn't break in there to fight him. Um, it's bad. I don't know. He's going to have to figure out a way to get into the continent. I'll bet you he starts building fighter bombers. And when I start seeing my Atlantic wall, which I don't know if this was that smart to build up, but I did. When I start seeing this built up and destroyed, I'm going to know that he's coming. He's already started attacking some radar installations. I'm trying to build these actually in a lot of different places because they can advance with the army. I'm figuring there's no way I'm going to be able to use fighters to break through whatever cover he has. But these things right here won't draw a reactive strike. So if I can have a couple of them, I need to start moving them up to positions, near the army groups. Like Rouen might be a good place to stage them because then they could, react to here. Lille might be another good place to stage them. I want to be able to. I should actually probably bring in some forces and try to redistribute them to like Lille. He's probably not going to land up here. I don't need all those forces. So I think what I'm going to start doing is start staging here and here. Yeah, probably. But I also don't have a photo recon, so I don't even know where he is. I really need to build one of those, but so many problems. But my goal is to get to those jets as fast as I can, because if I can at least do that, then I'll have something else, that he can't really intercept, and we'll see how that goes. Let me see here. Takes jet fighters though, and you look at the tree, and it's kind of messed up a little bit, but you got to get. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 7 techs away, man, and I'm only researching them at 3 per turn at a fuel loss. I think it would still be 3 at a turn if it wasn't a fuel loss, but trying to eke out every single one of them. So I'm 21 turns away from having jets. I don't think it's going to take him 21 turns to invade the continent, and that's going to be an issue. So, anyways, the game has started its new phase. Up front, the Germans are pretty competitive, but over time, that really decreases. I do think, you know, I don't know how this is all going to go because I'm going to try to defend them at the beaches. And, part of me almost wonders, do I just pull over to the Rhine, pull everything back here, and just refuse to let them pass? Because it would be, I could build up, I could move a lot of these things actually, maybe. If I did it now, if I did it right now, I could get them out. But I don't think it's very practical to do that. So anyways, lots of problems. Can't defend anywhere. Trying to defend everywhere, always a bad thing. A lot of the historic missions didn't go my way. So, but I'm having fun because, what other game in Civ 2 makes you have these kind of considerations? And even though it is pretty bleak for me, he still has an awful lot of stuff that he needs to do to succeed. So, sorry for the late update, but I'm going to let you go now.